What is up? So today we're going to be going over the past week of trading due to me not doing it really. Show you a trade I took, a trade I took but fucked up, and a trade today that I was about to take but I did not have enough time to take it. And if you are watching this on Friday, February 11th, 2026, you know exactly what I am talking about. Let's get to it. All right, so here we have Tuesday. Let's go into bar replay to make this easier. Let's start at 9:30. So Tuesday, what do we have? Actually, I might have made a video on this one, I'm not sure. But Tuesday. So beginning of the day, market open. That's annoying how it does that. Pretend that big black candle ain't there. So what we have is we have this high up here, right? We have this big gap right here. We have this high right here, and we also have that big gap right there. And then if we go take a look at the 4-hour, which is what we should start on, we have a 4-hour gap right up here. And we also have these 4-hour highs inside of there. So basically on the hourly chart, we see that. And so instantly, I would prefer to short basically to these lows at the time we opened up here. Like, all right, maybe we can short down to these lows. Longing, I do not long into big gaps. Very rarely will I. It's protected high, we're in a gap. The only thing you can long to in a gap is the very start of it, because we could reverse right here, we could reverse right before the high, we could reverse right after, we could reverse at the very top, we could come through reverse. Always just, if you're going to target a gap, target the very start of it, right? And so coming into the day on the 5-minute, what do we have? We're right here. I wouldn't say ranging, but we are in this range, right? And what do you notice about ranges? Ranges tend to seek out highs and lows inside of that range, and we tend to either take them, go to the next one, take one. It's pretty hard to read ranges. I would recommend not trading them. So let's see what the day gives us, though. So first 5-minute candle, we get that. Holy shit. Right, so the one case scenario where I will long into a gap is when we have an insane amount of volume, but I don't know what it was. I just remember this day. Well, first of all, a 100-point 5-minute candle isn't too crazy. Maybe if we get two more, I'd be willing to, but something like that, I'm just not going to take. So what do we get from there? Get another 5-minute candle, tap into that gap. From there, we get that. So I sat that out. I was kind of like, damn, do I just get off? But then we get that. So from there, all right, so I definitely want shorts now, but if we start reversing back up, I will probably just set an alert, get off, and then come back if it hits, and then maybe we could target some high up there, but even then these are in gaps, so that wouldn't make sense. Anyways, moving forward, let's go down to the 1-minute right here. What do we get, right? Go boom. We get this wake up, right? Now, when we're moving like this, preferably what you want to see is, hold up, let me find it. So when I look for retraces, what I normally would want is something like, we get this move, right? And then from that move, if we're going to reverse, see it's close below, retrace back to a price or a point of rejection, or just a point of, since here we're flipping bearish, a place that could hold us bearish and then continue lower. And even then, I like to take the second flip. So I don't like the first flip, right? First flip would be boom. What could we do? We could easily just come down here. That's just wick high, and then on the 5, we're just going to continue up. We took out a low reverse. I like taking the second flip, really confirming that we are bearish. So from there, that's what I normally like. But when we have good volume like this, and I was overall bearish on the day, we're coming out of 1-hour gaps, we took a high, all these things combined, and we're moving down very swiftly, I will take a candle like this as a retrace. That is my retrace. Then we get this next candle, this 1-minute candle, right? It's nothing insane, but damn it. But a 50-point 1-minute candle when we flip bearish, and also I know it's not a second flip, but if we go to the 5-minute, dude, we're inversing that. We got draws below. It aligns with my buys. It aligns with high time frame. So a good strong candle close like that is what I will take. What do we have? We have lows down here, right? These hourly lows. Now, normally break even, you want to take your break-even point at the next internal high. But what does this next internal high give us, right? We have a few things here. First of all, 0.24 RR, 20 points. While it could take that in reverse, I was very confident So I was fine if we were to do something like, hold up, God, if we were going to do something, come down here, take that, retrace, and then maybe bullshit around and then continue lower. That can happen. That's why we're playing an 85 point stop. You got some breathing room. We could take a breath. We could walk away for a second. So I put my break even point down here. Now, it's not the best because there's a gap. We could reverse off of that, right? But just because of high time frame and everything, I'm willing to do that. You got this low, good break even point, right? I'm pretty sure it's right at 0.5. Yeah, pretty much right at 0.5. And we pretty sure we get that, another retrace, and then we get that, and then from there we just boom. So was I a little nervous? No, like I said, we have an 85 point stop loss. If we want to retrace, we can do that. We are at a point where we're in these gaps. We have this chop. It's a point of what is called, what are those people, ranges, they put the block, support and resistance. So it's a point of support, right? But we get this, you move your stops at break even. And then from there, I'm pretty sure we just flush right to it, do one little bullshit, and then take it. Boom. Let me take it. So, super good trade. Then shit. Again, high time frame. We're coming down. NQ is to more bearish pair. We're coming from a 4-hour gap. Not much more you can ask for. All right, moving on. All right, so here we have Wednesday, right? So coming into Wednesday, after we do that, we start flipping very bullish. Well, not very bullish, but you know what I mean. We flip bullish, it's confirmed bullish. So just looking previously, we're just moving up, right? Coming to the day, we have gaps down here on the 1 hour. We have that update. We have a 4-hour gap, right? So from there, what do we get? And also, I know I'm not explaining it perfectly. My trading really has just become a draw on liquidity, and I know it sounds dumb, pretty much just a good feeling. I look for a draw on liquidity that aligns with the higher time frame, and then basically just a nice big candle that gives me a good feeling. It's stupid, but intuition is real. It's, well, it's not like intuition in this scenario is just me having basically my subconscious recognizing a pattern. I may not see it and be like, oh my God, I've seen this before 3 times. Well, no. In the back of my mind, I've seen it. I know I've seen it before. If it gives me a good feeling, obviously I've seen it before. 'Cause as a trader, you're going to collect data. You're going to sit here every day for years and just really get to know it, whether you know it or not. It's like a video game. You might not remember every moment, but then you see some random shit and you're like, holy shit, I don't remember exactly, but I have a good feeling. If it makes sense. Anyways, so coming to the day, we got boom, we wick down into that gap. We get that candle out, and let me see the trade I took. Oh, I remember the trade I took now. I think it should be coming up. Get a retrace. Here we go. So we have this range beforehand, right? Over here. We have this little range, and then we come up basically just a more volatile range from the looks of it at the beginning. But if you remember, tap a gap, right? We're delivering from a gap. We get this retrace on the second flip pretty much. Go to the 5-minute and go to the line chart. Boom. If you want to trade the line chart, you can. Just look for boom, retrace, boom. So what a lot of people, well, not a lot, I don't know what I'm saying, bro. Fuck me. What you could do is, if you are really confident in higher, you can enter off this, but there's a few things with this trade, right? One, you'd have to play your stops way down here. And with that, is it really confirmed we're going to break out of that range? No, we could so easily get that candle, go down, sweep these lows, then continue up, or just do nothing the whole day, right? But when we get this candle here with a nice strong close, this little retrace right here, that is just a really good candle. And just, it's good in the fact that it aligns with high time frame. It aligns with our draw on liquidity, everything. Where our draws, the draws would be here. I don't have magnet, hold up. So these would be our draws, right? So we get that, boom. I was trying to target the first one, and you go break even right here. This is just a beautiful trade. It down here, it doesn't look that good. Zoom out, it looks phenomenal. Like I said, I know I'm kind of repeating myself, it's late, but we're flipping bullish. We get this retrace, this huge rejection wick. We're entering once the 4 hour and the 1 hour candle are bullish, which that's not something I look out for too much, but I've just noticed a lot of trades that hit, it happens. We have that huge rejection wick coming from the gap, draws above. It's just amazing, right? So what I did, I entered right here. This pissed me off so bad, right? I entered. Shit. Dude, what just happened, man? I don't know what that was about. Basically, I entered. We get this next candle right here. And so what happened on top step, got the close position right where you entered. I just like to have this for aesthetics, and also been recording a TikTok for a month or two now, just trying to get a cool little I don't know how to say that word, but it's just like a group of videos. It's a trade I hit, then just a couple cool things I do throughout the day, another trade. Basically just an edit of me hopefully having a 10K payout area, just a little documentary of a payout. I don't know. When I post it, it'll be cool. What I did, right? So obviously I entered here. So the order line is going to be here with the closed position, right where I have to arrange this. So this is inside the closed position. And holy shit, whatever. The close is like right here. This is here. I made sure I'm like hovering above it. It has that arrow. Bro, I pull it over to make it a little smaller like that. I let go. It closes my position, $100 into profit. And I was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, do I enter? And I remember this candle happened pretty damn fast. I'm like, oh, I can't enter. Because I think it was 0.7. Even if I put my stop here, it's 0.7. I could get retraced on. I'm not doing that. And so then obviously I just did it again. Wow. But obviously it ran right to my take profit after that, because why wouldn't it? I'm a good trader. So that really sucked. I was really upset about that. But looking back, I'm glad I was practicing a good habit of not instantly just being like, oh, let me get back in, because there's always that chance to get break even. But in that scenario, we would hit the break even point and I would get stopped out. So that sucked. But that's the trade. And you could have targeted that high as well, but that high was just more in a 4 hour gap. I'll show you real quick. I miss highs too, but it's just, I didn't have the best feeling. And like I said, I'm big on just how I feel about it. Wow, bro, wow. Actually, it doesn't matter because we're going to today. Let's go to 9:30. Basically, that's what happened on that day. While it sucks, I could have lost that trade, or I could have never entered it, which I would have got some FOMO, but whatever. $100 profit. I have to realize that's still $100 profit. The only thing that's annoying is it doesn't count as a winning day towards my next payout, which sucks, but it's whatever. And I'm glad I practiced that good habit of not just getting that FOMO and acting on emotion, because let's say I did, it could be worse. I got $100 profit. Maybe I could have got entered in and stopped out. Would have been way worse. And also, with trading, the best thing you can do is think long term. If that happens to me 10 times, right? Let's say that one time it plays out. I enter back in, I still make some money. But let's say because of how your stop loss and everything starts acting, the next thing, that win rate on re-entering a position like that would be 20%. Obviously, I'm not gonna freaking do that ever again. I learned from that. But it's like with trading, you gotta think like that. I could like, oh, I got a FOMO on a range day, so next range day I enter because the last one I would have won. Now I lost. Look, in these shitty conditions, sure you may win that one trade, but chances are you're gonna lose. And with trading, let's say here, hang on. Let's say you are acting like that, right? So you have a range day, you don't trade it, and it's a win, right? So you're like, the next one, I'll take that entry. And it's a low win rate, you shitty conditions. And then you lose, and then you win. And then you lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then maybe you sit out, and it won again. So you're like, oh shit, I need to do it again, lose, right? What is that? A net minus 8R just because that shitty win rate? You gotta think like that. You gotta think. The second you get FOMO, you have to realize, sure, I missed this trade, it sucks, I was kind of thinking about it, but am I going to be a better trader if I sit these days out altogether? Sure, I might win every now and you might get a little FOMO, but over time, you'll start realizing it's shitty conditions. Next 10 times that happens, I'm going to lose. Is it worth it? No. You have to think, Not where am I going to be at the end of the week. You got to think, where am I going to be at the end of the year? Because sure, you take that trade, you win, and you have some good trade days, you get a payout. But if you keep doing that throughout the year, those little losses add up, and next like you take one loss, and holy shit, and then you blow your account that you're eligible for a payout on. Just not worth it. You really do have to think really long term. So anyways, let's get into today, February 11th, Friday. Coming into the day, what do we got? Coming into the day ski. Right here, let me go like this. So this is where we are coming into the day. We have these highs up here and boom, right? Overall, I would say I was still bullish on the day. Why? Because on the 4 hour, you have this huge wick down, this huge rejection. And that alone, sure, we might chop. So I was ready to either not take a trade or long. And from there, we get our first candle, pretty big candle. So I'm like, this is looking good. Then boom. So I didn't want to waste time just skipping through all of them. So we start moving up, we're pushing up, very confirmed bullish at this point. Even before that huge dick candle, what did we move? We already moved 275 points on the day. And this is what I'm talking about, where there are times I will take trades where a high is inside of a gap. While it's not the best, a 300 point move in 15 minutes is not something you can ignore. That is volume showing you that you want to go up, along with a 4 hour wick like that showing huge rejection and a huge volume. That's something you just can't ignore. So what do we get? Get this little retrace. You can enter there, maybe get cooked, get break even, right? But what I saw, basically I was sitting out just waiting for a bigger retrace, because even with this volume, these are very protected highs. We are bound to get a retrace. So, and we get this candle, it's coming up, and I'm sitting there, I'm marking that bitch out. All right, I could go like that, put my stop there. And with the volume we're having, I could target the next high, go break even at this high instead of right here. I'll get 1.8 R, right? So it closes. And I was hovering over the buy button over here on top stuff. Okay, this is looking good. And I was like, I was just sitting there just waiting to feel like, all right, this is a good trade or not. I was kind of hesitating a little because of the gas when volume's so good. I'm about to do it. And what do we get? The second that candle opens, ripped up here. I was like, well, nothing you could do. And the other thing that sketched me, I was right here at 10 a.m. This is when we had home sales come out. These candles, if you were there, super finicky. It wasn't normal. Let's say this is the 1 minute range. It wasn't normal. And this is the candle, right? Boom. It wasn't a normal boop, come down, come up, and close. It was just very finicky, very fast moving. So obviously a big move is going to come. We're invalidating this range, but it could wick down further. So I'm looking to put my stop even lower, down even here for a 1-to-1. I don't want to go for a 1-to-1. But that open, I'm pretty sure it had something to do with the tariff getting denied or something like that. The Trump tariff that was going to go through got revoked or some shit. But that's crazy. But that's what I was talking about. Some days there's going to be volume you cannot ignore, man. 300 point move, you can't ignore that. And we had no signs of slowing down. We got the retrace before news. That adds up. News comes out very finicky, and it's like energy, bro. It's building up. It's gonna come out. So that's the weekly recap on how I only took and was able to capitalize on one trade, get a little bit of another, get pissed off. Coming to this day, I'm not too mad about this, just because if that news wasn't there, I could very well got break even. That was one of those days where it is a lot of luck. But another day where I just really need to get my trade down 5 seconds sooner. Rather than waiting 3 seconds in the next candle to enter, I need to enter. I try to enter 2 seconds before it closes, but I'm working on it. So that was the weekly recap. I hope you guys could take something away from it. Again, this channel is not for y'all, it's for me. I'm hoping in 20 years from now, you go back, watch these videos, be like, what the fuck was I thinking? Or just be able to be like, wow, I'm really growing as a trader. Oh, this is when I realized this. This is when I learned how to do this. You go look at my old videos, bro, clueless. I was lost. But also, once I am getting more payouts and shit, I want to start doing vlogs, like gym vlogs, maybe live streaming some games. I love Hypixel Skyblock. Just fun stuff I've always wanted to do that I don't really have time or the money for. But I'll see you guys. And if so, if you could take away something from what I'm documenting, then good for you. I don't really give a fuck, but it's a win. Anyways, I will see you guys, or see future me, Monday. Peace out, deuces. Is this thing on? See ya.